Welcome to SignalTv's Game of the Week, presented by Galpin Subaru in Santa Clarita. This week, we look at Friday's matchup between the Saugus Centurions and the Camarillo Scorpions. Let's get to the action.
Hi everybody, and welcome to SignalTv's presentation of the Galpin Subaru Game of the Week. I'm Dave Caldwell.
And I'm Haley Sawyer. This is the show that will get you all set for the exciting high school football action, and in particular, highlight one game that may very well have the biggest impact.
Well, last week we had a good start to the season as our featured game of the week saw the Golden Valley Grizzlies shut out a good Antelope Valley team 28-0 behind a solid performance from running back KJ Maduke. The senior ran for 128 yards and a touchdown, leading a Grizzlies squad that net 337 yards on the ground.
In other Foothill League games, junior quarterback Nathan Eldridge threw for 187 yards and 3 first-half scores in his first varsity start as the Centurions easily defeated the Dons.
Canyon running back Henry Arellano scored 3 rushing touchdowns, but the Cowboys could not contain Musketeers quarterback Tiger Goslin, who completed 20 of 23 passes for 269 yards.
West Ranch had a chance to tie the game late in the fourth quarter, but Wyatt Egan's pass on a 2-point conversion was knocked down, and the Pioneers took the season opener. Sophomore Jovan Camacho hauled in 2 Egan passes for touchdowns.
Well, Santa Clarita Christian opened their season with a loss on the road against Horizon Christian. The Cardinals dominated offensively, getting into the Panthers' red zone 5 times, yet failed to score those 5 times.
And Trinity saw its second season start of 11-man football off to a tough start with a shutout loss to Silver Valley. Starting quarterback Phineas Yee left the game after getting injured in the first quarter.
This week, our Galpin Subaru Game of the Week is the Saugus Centurions hosting the defending Northern Division champion, Camarillo Scorpions. Last year, the Centurions made all the right moves on their way to a second-place finish in league, including a 24-0 victory over perennial power Hart. But a tough draw in the first round of the playoffs against Upland saw their season come to an abrupt end. With a 35-7 win over Santa Barbara last Friday, Saugus is off to a great start in 2016. Now comes a big early season test against Camarillo. Haley had a chance to get out to Saugus earlier this week.
After week 1, Saugus has found where its strengths lie, but they will be put to the test against Camarillo's solid defense.
Our defense this year is really good. I mean, we did a great job against Santa Barbara. We got some studs on our D-line and in our secondary, so I think we're going to do really good this year.
But their defense wasn't the only thing that shined. Quarterback Nathan Eldridge proved himself in last week's game.
Early in the game, he took a tremendous shot, and yet he was able to bounce back from that and still compete and be competitive and be effective in the game.
Coming off of a runaway victory against Santa Barbara last Friday, the Saugus Centurions are ready to take on the Camarillo Scorpions this Friday. The Scorpions are last year's 2015 CIF Southern Section Northern Division champions.
They're just like us. They've reloaded. They've got different kids at different spots, and their emphasis this year is a little bit different than what they did last year, so it's no pressure for us.
The last time these two teams went head-to-head was in 2014 when Camarillo narrowly defeated Saugus 34-32.
They're definitely a good team, so it's not a team that we can take lightly, but I don't think that the team that we play or the record that they had the season before should affect the way that we go into the game, because every game we need to go in with the same mindset, and that's what we're going to do, what we need to do to win, and we're going to execute what we need to execute no matter what, regardless of the team or regardless of the score.
So Jason Bourne was very much all about business at that practice. We talked about the game that was 2 years ago. Didn't even want to talk about it really. He said this was a completely new year, and all the players, a lot of them were on JV the last time they played, but they all kind of have this sense of urgency, and they realize how important this game is.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll give you more on the Centurions versus the Scorpions game, and we'll also show you the entire lineup of games coming up this weekend with every Foothill League team in action as the Galpin Subaru Game of the Week show continues.
Galpin Subaru in Valencia is proud to bring you the SignalTv Game of the Week. Sponsored by Jersey Mike's of Santa Clarita and the Valencia and Canyon Country Car Wash.
You got to see us this year. We're ready to play, we're fired up, and we're ready to strap on and get going.
I'm really excited to show you guys what we got on Friday nights. We got stuff to prove.
I'm just going to be explosive this year, and I think my teammates, just as well as I am, we're just going to be unstoppable.
Western should not be taken lightly anymore. We'll not be laughed at in this valley. We're here to win, and we're here to show off.
Art's definitely here to win. That's our main goal. That's all we want to do.
Everybody thinks that we're going to lose, say that we're the same old Golden Valley, but this is a different year,
and I feel like we're taking league this year.
To get the latest updates on your favorite local football teams, be sure to tune in for SignalTV's Game of the Week.
Welcome back to the Galpin Subaru Game of the Week show here on Signal TV. We're talking about Saugus' season opener against the Camarillo Scorpions, a team that went 15-1 last season, beating Thousand Oaks for the Northern Division Championship and coming up 3 points short of the Division II AA State Championship against Del Oro.
But this is a different team than that state runner-up team from a year ago. Camarillo had several stellar seniors on that team, led by quarterback Jake Constantine, who is now at Boise State.
The Scorpions opened their season with a 28-17 win over Rio Mesa. Saugus coach Jason Bourne knows this Friday's game will be far more difficult than last Friday's.
I mean, they got 24 hours to enjoy the victory, and then we have to get right back on schedule with getting ready for this week's opponent. It's different opponent, different things that we got to work on. We just need to execute. I mean, we made some mistakes, both offensively and defensively, that we have to clean up. A team like Camarillo that's dynamic and explosive as they are, you can't make the mistakes that we made last week and expect to not pay for it. So we need to limit the mistakes that we made last week and grow from them.
And Nathan Eldridge is really in a great position to lead this team. Talk about a confident guy, especially as a junior, and his performance in that season opener is only going to give him even more confidence heading into this next game and the rest of the season too.
Well, let's turn our attention to the other games that are going to be happening Friday night. 7-time defending Foothill League champion Valencia will open the 2016 season at home against Golden League champion Palmdale. Aaron Thomas takes over at quarterback for the departed Cole Parkinson, and he'll have returning wideout Tim Wiggins as another big target.
The Hart Indians will open their season on the road against the DOWNEY Vikings. The Indians will have a healthy Nick Moore back at quarterback after he has fully recovered from a torn ACL injury and a total of 6 returning all SCV players from last year.
The Cowboys are hoping to rebound after their season opening loss last Friday as they face a once familiar foe. The Bulldogs went from the doormat of the Foothill League to perennial power of the Pacific League. Burbank won its season opener 33-7 over Monrovia.
The Wildcats came a 2-point conversion away from sending the Wide Egan and Camacho Twins debut into overtime last week. They now face a Pasadena team coming off a 63-6 loss to Buena Park under first-year head coach DeJuan Schomburger.
The Grizzlies are looking to build off the momentum of their shutout victory last Friday as they face the Highlanders. Royal lost to Buena 42-0 Friday and are coming off a 4-7 season a year ago.
On Saturday night, the Cardinals of Santa Clarita Christian will have their home opener as they host South Pasadena at Canyon High School. The Tigers won their season opener 35-20 over Rosemead. Trinity will have the week off.
And it will be the first weekend of the college football season as College of the Canyons will be home to face Antelope Valley College. The Cougars won their first 5 games last season and 6 of their first 7 before losing their final 3 games of the season to finish 6-4 and out of the postseason.
Well, that's our look at what's happening this weekend in high school football here on the Galpin Subaru Game of the Week show. Make your plans to go to a game and of course pick up the Signal Saturday morning and read all about it with our award-winning coverage.
And don't forget to keep the conversation going on social media. Next week, our Galpin Subaru Game of the Week will feature the Valencia Vikings traveling to Chaminade to take on Brevin White, TJ Pledger, and the Eagles.
For Dave Caldwell and our entire Signal TV team, I'm Haley Sawyer, and I'll see you at a game.